Uh, Shalom Israel. Yahba Shemel Shah brought a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar a thun by Shemel Shah to the sisters. I'm Priest and Officer Quran Yal of the ISBK in Northern California under Commander General Yana. And this is another Tuesday night Brotherhood class. So, of course, as you can tell by the title, we're going to get into who is the real enemy. You understand? And what I mean in asking that question is who is the enemy of the children of Israel? Who is the people that have oppressed us? Right? The people that had us in slavery, you understand, for hundreds of years. Who are the people that take crafty and wicked counsel against the children of Israel? Who should you direct your anger towards in a righteous manner? You understand? Us as a people, we have been taught with the propaganda of the oppressor that we are to hate each other, and a brother is your enemy because he comes from a different neighborhood or a different background than you. You understand? Or he's from a different gang than you, right? Or he might be from a different city than you, right? That's completely false according to the scriptures. You understand? Zephaniah, matter of fact, let me get that. To the book of Zephaniah. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. You understand? When the Lord is telling the children of Israel to gather together, O nation not desired, He's not telling you to be at odds with your brother. He's not telling you, you understand, that you a Crip and he a Blood and y'all don't get along with each other. Like if brothers understood brotherhood, you understand, if the Christian church did fail blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we wouldn't need any use for gangs like the gangster disciples or Bloods, you understand, or Crips, you understand, or whatever crew, you understand, that you got a rivalry with in your that we built up for the oppressor. You understand? We wouldn't need any of these things, right? Because the Bible says, Zephaniah chapter 2 and 1, once again, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. You understand? This is not talking about uh, us coming together with every other nation on planet Earth. You understand? The children of Israel, we have enemies, fortunately. You understand? And the reason why I say fortunately is because if the Lord made it to where the children of Israel were supposed to get along with everybody, you understand, then we wouldn't be a special people unto the Lord. We wouldn't be a people with our own culture, you understand? And our culture is the freedom of the children of Israel. You understand? Because in us following our culture, you understand, that the Lord gave to us, excuse me, it prevents us from being oppressed by another people. It prevents us from having to serve another people because we worship and they gods. You understand? The Lord wants the children of Israel to gather together, O nation not desired. Meaning Bloods and Crips, GDs, BDs, Vice Lords, you understand? 63rd Street and 64th Street, wherever you come from in any place in the world, the Lord wants the children of Israel to come together, you understand, in righteousness, right? And in us coming together in righteousness, you understand, and it's us coming together in the spirit of brotherhood, then you're going to find out who your real enemy is. Your real enemy is the people that don't want you to come together in brotherhood. Your real enemy is the people that actually wants to see you kill each other every night, you understand, on the goddamn 6 o'clock channel news, how they designed it. You understand? Because that is how America got wealthy. That is how your oppressor became a superpower on planet Earth by pillaging you, robbing you, you understand, unaliving your people, and putting us against each other so we don't never look up to actually figure out, well, who is really actually doing this to us? Who is actually the children of Israel's enemy? Who are the people that we are not supposed to be gathered with? You understand? And when you come into the ISUBK under Command of General Yohanan, this school has been teaching since 1969 that blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we are not the problem for our demise. You understand? We're not the cause for our own destruction. You understand? The other nations are. You understand? These other nations rob us. These other nations put drugs in our communities. You understand? Smoke shops. You understand? They own everything in our communities and build up businesses in the neighborhoods that we frequent and bring the money back to their own communities. You understand? Because we are lost and destroyed people. Now, of course, the children of Israel, we do have to take it in consideration that the Lord is a loving father and he's going to chastise the children of Israel for us not following the law, statutes, and commandments. But at the same time, though, that still doesn't give an excuse for these other nations to exploit, you understand, and impoverish the children of Israel. Now, of course, the Lord is going to put us in slavery, you understand? But there's different types of slavery. You understand? You got the so-called Irish person, you understand, claim, oh, we were indentured servants and all, which is nonsense, you understand, because you never were. It's a difference in being a servant and a slave. You understand? The children of Israel, we downright slaves. Just because we have went off and did contrary to what the Lord wanted us to do, it does not give another nation the right to actually exploit and oppress the children of Israel. You understand? Now, of course, like I said, once again, the Lord did place these nations above us as punishment for us being disobedient to his laws. But the Lord is not giving them he's not giving them permission to unalive us massively. He's not giving them permission to oppress us and use the propaganda, you understand, to keep us further and further in slavery and keep us further and further at odds with each other. You understand? That's not what the Lord intended for these nations to rule over us as. The Lord intended for these nations to rule over us as a punishment. And us in us being punished by these other nations, then we will figure out, okay, well, maybe I need to love my people a little more. You understand? Maybe I need to follow my own customs. You understand? But that still didn't give these other nations the license, you understand, to unalive us illegally. You understand? To funnel drugs in our neighborhoods. You understand? To exploit our women, right? To put propaganda up on big media outlets to make Black, Latino, and Native American Indian men look like we just savages. You understand? And uh, a friend would never do that to a friend. You understand? A person that actually gives a damn about the children of Israel and the plight and the poverty that we've suffered in this empire, you understand? They will stand up. They will speak out about it. They will actually do something about the children of Israel being exploited, being uh unjustly unalived by racist police officers. You understand? But these other nations don't give a damn about that. And that's how you know who your enemy is. You understand? Your enemy is not a brother that's put in the same position as you that feels like he has no hope or no outlet to actually sustain himself and his family. So he joins a gang and now he's just a rival gang member to some brother that looks like him that lives across town or sometimes across the goddamn street. You understand? But we gonna get into who these enemies are. Let's go to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and the 48th verse. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. You understand? The Lord said, look, when y'all go into this other slavery, after you guys disobey my laws again, then you're going to have to serve your enemies in nakedness and hunger and want of all things. Meaning, we're going to have to serve another people in order to be able to sustain ourselves. Us having our own lands is over with. Us having our own cattle, our own sheep, our own businesses as a whole, of course, you understand, to be able to take care of our families abundantly and not just live paycheck to paycheck, that's over with. You understand? That's what the Lord intended for our punishment to be. You understand? The Lord intended for our punishment to be slaves or servants to another people in order for us to just take care of ourselves. He didn't intend for us to be unalived unjustly. You understand? He didn't intend for these other nations to take advantage of the children of Israel in every which form and fashion. Nah, that's not what the Lord put us in slavery for. The Lord didn't put us in slavery for us to perish at the hands of the oppressor. You understand? The Lord put us in slavery in order to punish us for the wrongdoing that we did against him. You understand? But not for us to be unalived, not for us to be exploited as a people, not for us to be the poster child for a drug addict. You understand? Not for us to be in these bullet riddled communities, you understand, that's infested with drugs. That's not what the Lord put us in slavery for. These other nations took it upon themselves to further our punishment because they are the enemies of the children of Israel and they hate God's chosen people. You understand? The Lord didn't put us in slavery for the oppressor to separate sons and daughters at the goddamn border like he did. Nah, the Lord didn't put us in slavery for us to just, wither away as a people. That's not what he did it for. You understand? But these other nations, they take advantage of their slaves because we ain't nothing but a hot commodity to them. We nothing but basically a cattle or a sheep to them. You understand? Something that they can slaughter and be able to eat and live and sustain their families off of abundantly, right? So like, I'm gonna read that again. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall bring against thee. You understand? The Lord said we gonna have to serve our enemies that he brought against us. You understand? The so-called Arab man. You understand? Which funded the sub-Saharan slave trade. You understand? And also had a hand in the American slave trade, right? The so-called Asians. You understand? You so-called Tongans, Samoans, Polynesians. You understand? Who else? The so-called East Indian. You understand? That actually were the slave masters in the Caribbean islands. You understand? Everybody had a hand in the children of Israel's suffering. You understand? And the reason being is because that is your true enemy, black man, Native American Indian man, Latino, you understand? Latino man, woman, and child, that is your enemy. Latinos literally speak Spanish, you understand, which is a Latin language because Spain is in Europe, you understand? That is a language created by oppressors. Latinos speak Spanish because of the same reason that so-called black people speak Spanish or so-called Haitians speak Creole and French. You understand? Because we was oppressed by the same goddamn people who are our enemies. You understand? It's not your brother. That's not your enemy. When Christ tell you to love your enemy, he not talking about the people that's oppressing you. You understand? Yeah. And we're gonna get some more into that. So like it. This is the book of Deuteronomy. I'm gonna jump down chapter 28. I'm gonna jump down to verse 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. That word Egypt is a Greek word, you understand, or Egyptos in the Greek, which means slavery or bondage. You understand? The physical land of Egypt that the children of Israel actually were enslaved to, it was called Mizraim or Matazarium in the Hebrew. You understand? Which is a place in the continent so-called known as Africa. You understand? That was inhabited by a Hamitic tribe called Mizraim or Matazarium, you understand? Which is one of the sons of Ham, you understand? But the Lord said he's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. And the reason why that word Egypt is there instead of Mizraim or Matazarium, if you get an ancient Hebrew book, you understand, it's going to say Matazarium in the Hebrew. But the reason why that word Egypt is there is because when you read the history of the Maccabees and first and second Maccabees, Alexander the Greek, they call him Alexander the Great in school, or Alexander the Great Conqueror, because that's exactly what he was. You understand? He was a tremendous and evil conqueror. You understand? A known sodomite and just the evilest thing that ever walked on planet Earth at that time. You understand? Well, this is the forefather of oppressors actually running America. Not running America, but being a superpower in the world as a race. You understand? The Spanish worship him. The English worship him. You understand? The Romans, you better believe they worship Alexander the Greek. You understand? But anyway, during his time, Ptolemy, right, which was one of his four generals that he part of his kingdom, he actually came and took over that region called Egypt. You understand? And them reading the hieroglyphs and the records in Egypt, you understand? They understood that the original Egyptians, the black Hamitic Egyptians, these were the first people to actually have the chosen people of God in slavery. So they called that land Egypt or Egyptos, which means land of bondage or slavery, because that's what Egypt is known for. You understand? And it's all through these scriptures, right? Deuteronomy 28:68 from the top. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more. So the Lord is going to bring the children of Israel into slavery again with ships. And in this way where Moses is talking to us, we ain't going to see our homeland no more. Now, of course, you know how black people talk. You know what I'm saying? They be like, man, y'all don't go over there no more. Right? Now, he might, a brother might eventually go back to the same area that he talking about. He don't go over there no more. Or I don't be over there no more. He might pass through here and there. You understand? But now, the Lord is not saying through Moses that we're never going to see our homeland, but it's going to be a long period of time before we actually see this land that Moses is about to show us that we're going to call home. All right. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. You understand? The Lord said when we get to this new slavery or this new Egypt, we're going to be sold unto our enemies for slave men and slave women. This is not talking about somebody that is your friend. You understand? Because your friend is not going to put you in slavery. Your friend is not gonna put your daughter in captivity. Only an enemy will do that. You understand? And when you read through the history of the records of this Bible, we had all type of enemies. You understand? The Philistines. You understand? Which was a tribe of the family of the Canaanites. These was Hamitic people, you understand, as well as the Egyptians. You understand the Ammonites, you understand, which is your so-called Chinese today. The Moabites, excuse me. Moab is the Chinese today. Ammon is the Japanese today. And all the rest of these tribes of Asians, you understand, they all come from these two families. You understand? The Edomites, the Amalekites, you understand, which is the so-called little hat man. And the Edomite is the so-called Caucasian man. You understand? Which is they one and the same. They just two different tribes of the same race of people. You understand? Elam, which is your East Indians. You understand? The Persians, the Iranians. You understand? All of these people had the children of Israel in slavery. Why? Because they are the enemies of God, the Most High, Yahweh in the Hebrew, and the enemies of God's chosen people, right? That's like I'm gonna drop that and go to Amos 9:4. The book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 4. And though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them, and I will set my eyes upon them for evil and not for good. You understand? Like the scripture said, and though they go into captivity before their enemies. You understand? We went into captivity before our enemies. You understand? The Lord sent us into slavery or servitude to go serve our enemies. The people that ruled over the children of Israel throughout these records, you understand? From 1492 on up, you understand? And then any other captivity that we served, you understand? These people were our enemies. These ain't your friends. And the Lord intended for us to go into slavery for our enemies because we always wanted to be like the people that the Lord didn't want us to be like. You understand? The Lord made a difference between the children of Israel and the rest of these nations. You understand? We can't be the chosen people of God if we living by the same rules, laws, and customs of another people. You understand? The Lord deemed these people to be our enemies. And of course they are enemies, right? Because if I'm a person that lives on planet Earth and I'm not of the children of Israel, I don't want to be cool with them niggas. They guys said them niggas is better than me. They guys said that I'm supposed to have them that their guys said that they're supposed to have me as a slave. Yeah, them niggas is gonna be my enemies for life. And this is how the world looks at the children of Israel, as enemies. The only people that don't think that we should be enemies is us. You understand? And that's how you know the Lord got it right in calling us the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You understand? Because a sheep is not something, some animal that's skilled and equipped in defending itself. You understand? A sheep is somebody that just or an animal that just goes along to get along. Whatever the shepherd tells him to do, he does it. You understand? And unfortunately, the children of Israel under Christianity, we look at oppressors as our goddamn shepherds. You understand? They say it's okay to smoke weed. We about to smoke some damn weed. They say it's okay for you to live an alternative lifestyle. Man, look, niggas in Atlanta, you understand? It basically the alternative lifestyle capital for black people. You understand? They gonna be all for it, head first. You understand? I just seen a buff nigga in a dress and a blind wig. You understand? With a halter top shirt on, talking like a thug. You understand? This nigga is clearly out of his goddamn mind. You understand? Walking around in women's clothes as a grown goddamn man with a fucking blind wig on. Excuse my French. You understand? It's disgusting how much the children of Israel have become what's the word I'm looking for? Have become so docile, so weak. You understand? Matter of fact, let's see to the book of Jeremiah, chapter. What am I? 22. What's that scripture that I want? Yeah, so like, I'm gonna just go ahead and go with this one. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15 and verse 5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? You understand? The children of Israel, we have grown callous, you understand, towards each other. You understand? We don't have pity upon each other, right? It's a famous saying in a black community. I'd rather see his mother cry than my mama cry. You understand? Meaning I will unalive you in order for my mother not to cry. You understand? And I don't give a damn about your mama crying. You understand? Which is evil is all outdoors. You understand? It's evil as the oppression. You understand? Like Proverbs 3 and 31 says, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. You understand? We have resulted into want to be like Billy the Kid. You understand? Like Lucky Luciano. We've resulted to want to be like Italian mobsters who killed each other every goddamn day in this empire and they heyday. You understand? And they probably still doing that shit right now. You understand? Still good goddamn. But I don't want the children of Israel to do it. You understand? Because it's going to cripple our nation as being upstanding people that's supposed to have love for each other. And not only is it going to cripple our nation, it's going to in turn keep us as slaves to the real enemy. You understand? Jeremiah 15 and 5 from the top once again. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? You understand? Your oppressor don't give a damn about you, right? Uh, these other nations, you understand, the minions of your oppressor, they don't give a fuck about you. Excuse my French. You understand? Like black people got slaughtered in this empire. Latinos, Native American Indians got slaughtered in this empire. Native Americans still live on reservations right now in 2024. You understand? While the face of America is a goddamn oppressor in a goddamn suit. You understand? With gray hair, living deliciously in this empire, right? All of this happened to the children of Israel, but yet it took about what, a year, 2 years to come with a stop Asian hate crime bill. They ain't suffer like the children of Israel in this empire. You understand? This land is literally the land of the Native Americans, right? But why is a goddamn city called Washington? You understand? Why is that? Why is there a place called New York? You understand? These is oppressors' names. You know why? Because nobody bemoans the children of Israel. Nobody has pity over the children of Israel. Nobody give a damn about what happened to us. And that's why you got to understand that your brother, you understand, that's in the same condition as you, that's been through poverty just like you, that grandfather and grandmother and mother and father was strung on drugs just like yours. He's not the real enemy. This nigga don't got nothing to do with your people being oppressed. You understand? This brother that's a Crip from an opposite neighborhood than you from, and you a blood. Well, your mama being strung out on drugs has nothing to do with him. You understand? Your father being incarcerated for 25 goddamn years and being absent out of your life, not being able to show you how to be an upstanding brother, that has nothing to do with your so-called op. You understand? Your real ops is the government. You understand? The oppressor. Every last goddamn one of them. You understand? And of course, we're not advocating violence towards no oppressor, but we're not suckers here in the UPK either. So if one try you, you better defend yourself. You understand? This Hebrew Academy, you know what I'm saying, it hit different when you really got to use it against somebody that wants to harm you. But at the same time, though, you should never put yourself in a position to where you are looked at as a threat to your own goddamn people because you are absolutely the opposite of a threat to your own brother. You understand? The Lord said he gonna make a man more precious than fine gold. I'm paraphrasing. It's gonna come a point in time where brothers gonna look at each other and see value in each other. But we don't see value in each other because you don't know who your enemy is, because your goddamn pastor shucks and jive for the goddamn slave master, you understand, and feeds you all of this prosperity doctrine and telling you to love your enemy, which the Bible is not talking about a brother that you at odds with. The Bible is actually talking about the Salaki. When the Bible says love your enemy, you understand, it's not talking about the oppressor, the one that put you on the slave ship. It's actually talking about the brother that you at odds with. It's actually talking about GDs and vice lords actually coming together and having brotherhood for one another. Excuse me. It's actually talking about neighborhood Crips and gangster Crips and Hoover Crips. You understand, coming together as brothers and actually giving a damn about each other. You understand? That's what it's talking about. Jeremiah 15:5 again. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? You understand? Nobody doing that shit for the children of Israel. You understand? You ain't see Mandela march his African ass over here when black people was being unalived and mass incarceration and the crack epidemic was at its height. You ain't see none of that. Ain't no goddamn Haile Selassie came over here and marched for the children of Israel. You understand? They didn't go to assist the Haitians. You understand? And they revolt against the goddamn French. You understand? As a matter of fact, they told the Haitians that nigga, y'all not even African. You understand? Which Most High in Christ, Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh, you understand? Hopefully that woke up a couple brothers. Like, man, fuck them Africans. Excuse my French again, Salakia. You understand? But nobody has pity on the children of Israel. Nobody bemoans the children of Israel. To bemoan someone is to cry for them. You understand? To feel sympathy. You understand? And feel a sense of sadness and grief for somebody else being taken advantage of and being oppressed. You understand? Nobody do that. Your oppressor damn sure don't do it. You understand? This nigga keep talking about reparations every 5 years when Salaki every 4 years when it's time to get a new goddamn president. Then after the president get in office, nigga, we ain't heard about reparations since. And Salaki, quick sidebar too on reparations. Yeah, nigga, we want some money, but at the same time, though, reparations ain't finna make me have love for no goddamn oppressors. You understand? I'm not finna feel like, oh, this is justice. Man, you niggas had us in slavery for 400 goddamn years. What the fuck is 200 million gonna do for me? Excuse me, you understand? It's not gonna do anything for the psychological warfare that y'all waged against the children of Israel, the biological warfare, the physical warfare. You understand? The oppression. $200 million is not enough to soothe the pain of me understanding that my ancestors was actually fed to alligators as babies. You understand? $200 million. You understand? $1 billion. That shit is not going to be enough, knowing y'all chopped off our rods, our feet, snatched babies out of the mom's womb. You understand? Hung us and burned us alive. Now, ain't no amount of money gonna bandage that open wound. You understand? But the oppressor don't give a goddamn about you anyway, because he won't even give you the fucking money. You understand? Salaki. Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. You understand? Like, the so-called little hat man is not no fucking Jew. Excuse me, Salaki. He's not a Jew. You understand? He's not an Israelite. He don't even call himself an Israelite. Them devils call themselves Israelis. You understand? Which just means somebody that's settled in the land of Israel. Them dudes ain't Israelites. You understand? They never discontinue from their heritage. They think, oh, we've been this since Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is a goddamn lie. You understand? Y'all didn't convert. You understand? Until after the Khazarian Empire was empire. You understand? In Russia. You understand? Those are not people that discontinue from their heritage. We are. You understand? We the ones that you call niggas, spicks, savages, wetbacks. You understand? I think I'm African American. This nigga think he Puerto Rican. You understand? That sounds like a people that discontinue from their heritage. You understand? Like the culture of black people here in America. This is a bastardized culture that we put on ourselves, nigga, after slavery. You don't fucking get a culture, you understand, for a whole nation of people within about 100 goddamn years. No, ancient heritage, cultures, and customs. This is bestowed on the people for thousands of years. You understand? The Lord said, "And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee." You understand? The Lord gave us this righteous heritage. You understand? The culture of wearing long garments. You understand? Headpieces, war scars. You understand? Our sisters wearing modest clothing. You understand? Our culture is not our sisters twerking on goddamn cars. Our culture is not drill music. You understand? Our culture is not rapping about having sex with another man's wife. Our culture is not about us selling drugs to each other. You understand? Robbing each other, doing all of the tricks and the types of trickery that we learn from our goddamn oppressor. That's his goddamn culture. It ain't ours. You understand? And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. You understand? The Lord calls us to serve our enemies in a land which we don't know. We got over here on fucking slave boats. You understand? And not just so-called African Americans, but Native American Indians came over here on boats first and was sold into slavery. You understand? Way before 1492. You understand? These goddamn oppressors was doing a number on our Native American Indian brothers. You understand? As a matter of fact, the Taino Indian from the land of Hispaniola, which is now called the Dominican Republic, well, he was actually the first one to actually go on slave boats to another land to serve out slavery. They came to the Dominican Republic, to Taino Indian men, women, and children, and drove them all the way back to the land of Spain. You understand? And that's where the first transatlantic slave trade took place from the Dominican Republic. You understand? Back to Spain, right? For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. You understand? The Lord said He's gonna be mad at us for hella long, right? And that's why we serve our enemies, right? Your brother ain't your enemy. You understand? If you got it all with black men as a whole, you understand, you being a brother in the world, coming to the ISUBK under Commander General Yana, you understand? Get taught the correct way how to deal with your anger towards your own people. You understand? As a matter of fact, get taught that having anger for your own people is a goddamn sin according to God. You understand? Now, of course, brothers gonna have disagreements and disputes. You understand? But when you're in the truth, that's what's good about going to counsel. You understand? You can patch up them problems, build that brotherhood, and move forward. You understand? But outside of this truth, you don't know how to build brotherhood because your oppressor, the enemy, has put all of this propaganda in your face on how you should hate your own self. You understand? How you should hate your own goddamn people, right? Salaki, let me go to Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 13. I'm gonna start at verse 15. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13 and verse 15. Every beast loveth his kind, and every man loveth his neighbor. You understand? Every beast loves his own kind. You understand? Ain't no cats hanging out with mices and rats. You understand? You don't see snakes hanging out with mongooses. You understand? Lions don't kick it with gazelles. You understand? And it's the same thing for people. Us as a species, you understand, we the only ones, and not as a species, but us as a race of people in this species, blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we the only ones that think we should actually be friends with the people that had a hand in our destruction. You understand? When that's contrary to what the Lord wanted, right? Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. You understand? When you walk into let's say in jails and prison, you understand? Perfect example, right? Now, of course, you know the shit be all out of whack and niggas might get into it with each other in there and all of that type of shit. But at the same time, though, bro, as a black, you don't eat with you don't eat with the skinheads or the woods. It's not going down like that. You understand? And even in society, just naturally, right? Let's say you start a new job, you understand, and you got white people, you got black people, you got Latinos, you got Native American Indians, you understand, you got Asians, let's just say you got a whole melting pot of people that work at this new job. And let's just say it's 50 people, you understand, that works on your shift, and y'all all go to lunch together. When you walk into that break room, you're not gonna go walk over there and try to go be cool with the Caucasians or the Asians if it's a whole group of blacks and Latinos right there. You're going to go sit with your own kind. You understand? Because every beast loveth his like. You understand? Every beast loves everything that is like him. You understand? And every man loveth his neighbor. You understand? This ain't talking about a nigga that live across the street from you. So like not a nigga, excuse my French, you understand? But it's not talking about some oppressor that lives across the street from you, or Asian person that lives two houses down from you. No, your neighbor is talking about the people of your nation, right? Salakia. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. You understand? Caucasian men supposed to be with Caucasian women. Asian men are supposed to be with Asian women. Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians are supposed to intermarry with each other. That's the natural order of things. You understand? Because the Lord, he hates interracial marriage. You understand? As a matter of fact, the Lord flooded the earth because of interracial marriage. He never intended for all people to come together. You understand? So naturally, you're going to have enemies. All right? Salakia. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? Man, look, if a wolf see a goddamn lamb, he's going to eat him. Period, point blank. And in this context, what I'm talking about, that wolf is your oppressor. That wolf is the rest of these other nations that come over here and devour your goddamn carcass because you've made America a great place and they came here with a free ride to all the benefits that this country has to offer because you were the slave here. You understand? Let me read that again. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly. You understand? The children of Israel, we supposed to be godly. We're not supposed to kick it with these sinners. You understand? An Asian person is a goddamn sinner. You understand? A Caucasian person is a goddamn sinner. Naturally, according to the Bible, they are fucking sinners. Excuse my French again. They are sinners. You understand? Because they don't adhere to the laws of the Bible, right? Like the scriptures say, sin is the transgression of the law. We're not supposed to be eating octopuses and stingrays and goddamn puffer fish and smoking weed, you understand, and being pimps and prostitutes or living alternative lifestyles, you understand, and indulging in interracial marriage. We're not supposed to be doing none of that BS. You understand? But in our laws, this Bible says anybody that does that is a sinner. He transgresses the law. You understand? So Even though these other nations don't have the laws given to them, they don't have laws against this type of nonsense that I just named. So they sinners according to our God. You understand? And we ain't supposed to be around them. You understand? We ain't supposed to build no fellowship with them. You're not supposed to marry unto their children. You understand? Matter of fact, Salakia. Salakia. What was that scripture I needed? Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You understand? Like the Lord tells the children of Israel, we should never trust our enemies because iron is inevitably going to rust, and so shall his wickedness be towards you. You understand? He's eventually going to show that he hates you. He eventually going to show you that he's only being your friend to unalive you. You understand? To take advantage of you. You understand? You like a lot of these sisters in the ghetto, they trust the enemy as far as the Arabic man at the store. You understand? He giving her free blunts. She can get a free bottle every now and then. But what does he want to do? He only wants to have sex with you to throw you away. You understand? To treat you like a goddamn whore. You understand? And it's the same thing with the rest of these nations. Soon as we trust them, then you find out how evil they are towards you. You understand? Like Dylan Ruth, right? Them people in that Christian church, you understand? They've been indoctrinated to believe that white people are not harmful. This goddamn Caucasian and came in there and prayed with their ass for about a couple hours. Then he pulled out a gun and started unaliving shit in there. Excuse me. You understand? Because the Lord don't want us to trust our enemies. You understand? Because like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Iron is going to rust. And if you trust your enemy, he is going to show you why he should not be trusted. I'm going to drop down to verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. Ooh wee. Your enemy might say, what Joe Biden say? Black people, you should trust me. I got your best interest at heart. Trust me. You understand? You got nothing to lose. You understand? If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. You understand? Meaning that, look, bro, I'm the one that's here to save y'all. You understand? But right, what happened when he got in office? Nothing. They continue to throw the children of Israel in pits. You understand? We continue to get unalive unjustly by these racist cops. You understand? That nigga wasn't giving out no stimulus checks. And even if he did give out stimulus checks, he don't give a damn about you being murdered in his empire. You understand? Because you should never trust your enemy. Read that again. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will reap with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Ooh wee. You understand? Your enemy is a snake. You understand? Your enemy will sit up there and tell you how much of a good friend you are. You understand? Like this dude Eminem. You understand? Now, on the surface, it seems like okay, he liked black culture, he likes black people, he's quite fond of Dr. Dre. You understand? You know, Eminem's a cool white boy. But now when you dig into the history of him, you understand he making foul songs about disrespecting black women. And from what I heard, that wasn't the only song on that album that he had. This was a whole album. You understand? With a whole lot of songs. And if he hate black women, you think he love black men? Nah, he hates us. You understand? Because he's speaking sweetly with his lips, but in the back of his mind, he want to throw you into a goddamn pit. All right. It's like he will reap, he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. You understand? He gonna weep with his eyes. He gonna seem like he gonna cry for you. You understand? He gonna seem like, oh man, that brother. I mean, not excuse me, not that brother. That guy, man. He really cared about me. You understand? He cried when my pain. He felt my pain. My pain was his pain. You understand? But when that opportunity come, he not even gonna be satisfied with blood. You understand? Meaning he gonna unalive you, and that's not even going to satisfy him. You know what I mean? You understand me? Go to First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 10. The book of First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? You understand? This is the brother Mattathias asking himself, what nation has not had a part in the destruction of the children of Israel? What nation has not gotten of the spoils of the children of Israel? You understand? The Arabs, they own the liquor stores. You understand? They own them smoke shops, as well as the East Indians, which own the gas stations. The Caucasian man own every goddamn thing else. The Asians own the laundromats. You understand? The Chinese food restaurants and all of these businesses that I'm naming are in the black community, and we don't own none of them. When the last time you seen a mom and pop convenience store? You ain't seen one of those probably since the goddamn 80s. You understand? Probably further than that, since the 70s damn near. You understand? Because all of these nations have gotten up the spoils of the children of Israel. You understand? And they just keep building. You understand? Keep franchising. Wow. What do? Our neighborhoods still look the same. We still got brothers and sisters living off of welfare and Section 8, and brothers being unalived every day. You understand? By the empire. You understand? Two brothers then got into an argument at the store, and one brother blew the other brother's brains out. You understand? Right in front of that Arab man's store. The Arab man don't give a damn about who go to jail, who die. Because when the police come ask for that goddamn footage, he gonna give it up, keep his business rolling, and he gonna buy some more guns because these niggas is wild and crazy over here. You understand? Because they don't give a damn. You understand? And the substance, the excessive liquor that might have took that brother over the edge, the goddamn Arab man sold it to you. You understand? Everybody had a part in our destruction, in our kingdom. All right? Go to the book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 22. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an adversary, Salakia, an enemy unto thine enemies and an adversary unto thine adversaries. You understand? Moses is telling the children of Israel, if we do what the Lord wants us to do, he's going to be an enemy to our enemies and an adversary to our adversaries. You understand? When you come into this ISUBK up under Commander General Yana to serve the Lord and put in the work of the Lord, your enemies is going to flee from you. You're not going to have an issue with oppression. You understand? As a person would in the world. Now, of course, yeah, you still going to have a slavery. You understand? Because none of us is bigger than the program. And the program right now is for the children of Israel to be in servitude to their enemies until Christ comes. You understand? But it's gonna be a little bit easier. You understand? If you're a brother in the truth, you don't got to get into it with an Arab store, man. You understand? That won't let you slide 25 cents to get a blunt wrap or a backwood or something like that. Because we don't smoke weed here. You understand? You're not gonna get into it with a racist police officer because he pulled you over for a routine traffic stop. You understand? And you down bad and not following all of the laws. You understand? Because we follow all traffic laws in the school. You understand? You're not gonna excuse me. You're not gonna find yourself getting into it with some heathen. You understand? Because you thought he was your friend and he won't let you slide a couple dollars in his establishment. Here in the ISUBK under Commander General, we know these heathens ain't our friends. So we not looking for help from you. You understand? We're not looking for a discount from you. You understand? We here to do fair business and go ahead and go about our way because we know goddamn well we ain't supposed to be fooling with you anyway. You understand? We know goddamn well we're not supposed to make no league or covenant with you anyway. So you're not even going to be around us like that for us to be oppressed by you. You understand? On a day-to-day basis. You understand? And the Lord is going to become your enemy. You understand? Because you are our enemy. Go to Psalms, the 83rd chapter. The book of Psalms, chapter 83, and I'm going to start at verse 1. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O God. You understand? This book of Psalms was written by King David. You understand? He telling the Lord, keep not his silence. You understand? Speak up. You understand? Be not still. You understand? Do something. Bust a move against these heathens that's oppressing the children of Israel. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. You understand? He said, look, your enemies, you understand, have made a tumult. Tumult is a loud, confucious noise. You understand? And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. This is talking about a people that's walking around all high and mighty with their heads in the air, acting like they can't be touched. You understand? This is what David understood the other nations was going to do to the children of Israel once they got empowered over us. Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. You understand? They have taken crafty counsel against the children of Israel. And what's that crafty counsel? Where do they do it? And in them United Nations board meetings. You understand? Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we the only ones that don't got a seat in them damn board meetings. You know why? Because what they talking about in the board meetings is strategizing plans to keep the children of God in slavery. You understand? In order for us to continue to be the bottom of the totem pole on planet Earth, in order for them to keep power, you understand, within their own groups. You understand? And how do they do that? With all of these crafty counsels. You understand? Funneling cocaine and heroin into the black community, that's crafty counsel. You understand? Setting up an image of Christ looking like an oppressor, that's crafty counsel. You understand? Planned Parenthood, food stamps, welfare, you understand? Black exploitation films, you understand? All of this is crafty counsel against the children of Israel. Redlining, right? The housing, the Fair Housing Development Act. You understand? All of these projects in these inner cities. You understand? Building them up, giving us low income apartments. You understand? And making them big enough for us to actually raise families in, and then tearing them down and scattering us all over the goddamn city after we form gangs in these projects. You understand? To protect this drug territory and to protect us as a people. And now it spirals out of control when we used to a structure that the American government had built for the children of Israel to keep us trapped in an environment. You understand? And then when they tear down all these projects, these wild project niggas who've been living in excruciating poverty, you understand, dire conditions, you understand, for the last 40, 50, 60 goddamn years. Now these niggas are scattered throughout the city, and because I'm from this place and you from this place, and now we live on the same block together, we might unalive each other. You understand? Because this is a part of the system. All of this is crafty counsel. You understand? Allowing other nations to come into our neighborhoods to thrive off of the backs of blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians is crafty counsel. They literally give these people loans in order for them to make businesses in our neighborhoods, in order for them to make money off of us while we still live dirt, piss poor in the ghetto. You understand? All of this is crafty counsel. All right. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. All of these nations, they've come together to have the children of Israel as a people that's a no people. You understand? They said, so like, I'm gonna read that again. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. And how do they cut us off from being a nation? By stopping our livelihood. You understand? By prevent us from being able to sustain ourselves without help from the government. You understand? This is all crafty counsel, right? That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And if we knew that we was the children of Israel, you would understand that, look, we have certain law, statutes, and commandments that we have to live by. You understand? So we wouldn't be drug addicts. You couldn't oppress us with weed and cigarettes and cocaine and heroin, because the name of Israel is in remembrance. You understand? We know who we are. This is not our culture and our customs. We ain't supposed to be doing that. But since they funneled in our communities and pushed the African American on us, colored, you understand, Puerto Rican, so-called Native American Indian, you understand, which the word Indian means savage. You understand? These so-called Native American Indians, these brothers knew they was from the tribe of Reuben and Gad. You understand? They knew exactly who the hell they was before the oppressor came over here. You understand? Verse 5. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against it. The tabernacles of Edom, which is your so-called oppressor, so-called Caucasian people, right? And the Ishmaelites. You understand? Ishmael is the Arabic people. Of Moab, so-called Chinese people. You understand? And the Hagarenes, which is, I believe, is a tribe of African people. You understand? When you hear that black people sold black people into slavery, no, nigga, Hamites sold Israelites into slavery, right? Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, Gabal, which is, I believe, that's another Hamite tribe or Hamitic tribe. Ammon, you understand, which is so-called Japanese, and the Asian people that come from the umbrella of the Japanese people. You understand? Amalek, the so-called little hat man, you understand? Or like we call him in the UPK, the imposter, you understand? The one that lives over there in Israel and Jerusalem that took our identity, our customs, you understand? Matter of fact, Salaki, a quick sidebar. If y'all know who that brother is, the Instagram comedian, Famous Richard from Chicago, you understand? He got a video where he just was antagonizing these goddamn Amalekites, you understand? These so-called little hat people out there in New York, you understand? And of course, he's not doing the work of the Lord, you understand? But he did say a lot of heavy stuff to those goddamn Israelis, you understand? He said a lot of heavy stuff to them, and he was unapologetically offending the shit out of them people, you understand? And I commend that young brother for that. If that brother ever sees us, you understand, in at headquarters in New York or Chicago, where he's from, you understand, Baba Gashad, please give that brother a flyer. You know what I'm saying? Lord allow, it'll be able to change his life. You understand? And understand, okay, it's niggas that actually really live like this, maybe this is something that I'm supposed to be a part of, and maybe he coming to the school. But I just want to commend that brother, you understand, for unapologetically offending them goddamn false imposters, you understand? And hey, most high in Christ, sis. Most high in Christ. Kana, what's going on, sis? Y'all Shamal Thaba Shimi Shah. Hey, that brother was excellent. You understand? I look, my rib was like, I want to watch the whole thing. This nigga calling them niggas pilgrims, all type of shit. But he was hilarious. Salaki. You understand? But yeah, go tap in with that brother's channel, you know what I'm saying? Funny brother. But Salaki. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have Hoping, the children of Lot, Salah. You understand? These are all of the people that have oppressed the children of Israel throughout history. You understand? Your so-called Africans, your so-called Arabs. You understand? Every tribe of Caucasians. You understand, whether it be a damn German, you understand, so-called Israeli, or whoever, English, you understand, British, any one of them, you understand, all of them, you understand, they are the enemies to the children of God as well. So-called Asians, you understand, Polynesians, East Indians, you understand, all of these people have oppressed the children of Israel. And according to this Bible, and not only this Bible, according to history and facts, you understand, and the events that happen with us and these other people, these are the real enemies to the children of Israel. We are not the enemies to ourselves, you understand? And as soon as brothers come into the IHBK under Commander General Yana, the sooner you will understand this, learn this, and apply this to your everyday life in order for you to get out of captivity. You understand? With that being said, I'm going to go on and end it. Yahweh Shem Shah brought a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Lathan by Shem Shah to the sisters. The Water Kanat sis for tapping in. I definitely appreciate y'all, man. Shalom.